Juventus are furious with Paul Pogba, who is yet to play a minute since his return despite the club investing £31 million to bring him back. They are considering selling him or terminating his contract with a move to the MLS a possibility. Paul Pogba's future at Juventus is in serious doubt, with the club considering the possibility of selling, or even terminating the Frenchman's contract. The 29-year-old made his return to the Serie A club last summer, 6 years after he left them to join Manchester United for a then world record £100 million fee. While United fans rejoiced after getting rid of a player who despite his talent was unreliable, Juventus supporters are in despair as his return to the club has been even worse than how things went in his final seasons at Old Trafford. That is due to the fact that he has not played a minute for the Bianconeri due to a knee injury, only making his return to the bench as an unused substitute, during the club's shock 2-0 defeat by Monza at the weekend. However, his nightmare start continued as Juventus boss Max Allegri said there had been a setback ahead of his debut after suffering soreness in his flexors. As a result, the prospect of Pogba's contract being terminated at the end of the season is no longer an impossible scenario, while there is a chance that he could be sold to a less competitive league like the MLS in the United States. Juventus and Pogba are experiencing a diplomatic rupture that is difficult to heal as the signing has not worked and the player has destroyed the harmony in the locker room. At Juventus, it is as if Pogba has never set foot in Italy with 27 missed matches and fans are frustrated with his many posts on social media. It's felt as though his job were that of an influencer, and supporters are tired of waiting for a player who seems far away from returning to full fitness. His main fault though, according to supporters, is that he only thought of himself due to his handling of his knee injury, forgetting Juventus and the club's need to replace Paulo Dybala with his immense talent. Pogba initially refused to have surgery on his knee as he felt that this would hamper his chances of playing for France at the World Cup. He eventually went for surgery, missing the tournament in Qatar, and also breaking the trust the club and supporters had with the midfielder. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, the club is tired of waiting and attributes every physical problem of Pogba to the mistake made in the summer about his meniscus problem. Juventus are furious with Pogba after they invested over £31 million to bring him back to the club, with the player signing a deal worth over £7M per season plus bonuses across 4 years. Cutting his contract cannot be excluded but would be an option the club has to consider very carefully. By allowing Pogba to leave, Juventus could buy 2 players with a salary worth half of what the Frenchman earns, or look to sign a top player like Lazio's Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. In the balance sheet as of December 31, Juventus paid Pogba over £2.9 million despite his lack of action. There have been questions raised over the signing after he also missed a lot of action at Manchester United in recent seasons. Pogba missed 100 games due to injuries during his 6 years at Old Trafford. His last game as a starter dates back to April 2022, when Manchester United played Norwich as his contract at Old Trafford was winding down. The 2018 World Cup winner was a massive fan favourite during his first spell at the club, helping them win 4 Serie A titles as well as reaching the Champions League final in 2015. But Pogba has been unable to contribute in what has been a difficult season for the club. The Italian Football Federation, FIGC, announced last month that Juventus had been deducted 15 points for financial irregularities and false accounting in relation to historic transfer dealings. This has left the club 13th in the Serie A table, with Pogba looking unlikely to help much as it stands, to help them in the final months of the season. After Juventus' summer tour in America, Pogba stopped training to begin his physical ordeal that will likely make this season the worst of his career. Thank you for your watching. Like and subscribe now for more videos.